All right, top five NFL teams power rankings. Number five, I gotta go with the Broncos. 7-2. You may think they're a little bit higher up, but obviously they haven't been the most consistent. But they find ways to win. Bo Nix in the fourth quarter has been literally insane. I mean, their only two losses are against the Colts and Chargers off of walk-off field goals. Probably since the Bengals, I guess they had a good performance against the Cowboys, but everyone is probably since the Colts. Honestly, they haven't had a really good offensive day against a really good defense and just team in general. I guess the Colts aren't the craziest defense either, but they really also have the chance to go down and just make the claim that they are the best. They play the Raiders here on a short week, but it's the Raiders, and then they get to play Kansas City. They're coming off of a bye, but they get this extra little bit of week, and if they can end this being 9-2, and then they get to play the Commanders, who may be shut down already by then, that'll probably be flexed, and then they get to play the Raiders again, and then they have 4 tough games. But I mean, if they could be 11-2 by this, they're looking really good. That's my number 5, Broncos. And then number 4, I gotta go with the Eagles, defending champs. They looked like they were in some turmoil when you had the Broncos fourth quarter collapse, and then the Giants absolutely walked over them. But honestly, oftentimes a lot of divisional teams can get a nice little win over you, and you know that happens all the time. Trap games against especially divisional games, and especially on that Thursday night window. Jalen Hurts may not, throw 400 yards, but I mean they're still a tough team, and they got even better with the pickups they made at the trade deadline, getting Jalen Phillips if he can stay healthy with that Vic Fangio scheme, which obviously he has history using him. So they're my team. Right, up on the power ranking, number 3, the Seahawks. They have just been lights out. They honestly, on any given Sunday, they may have the best defense and offense at once. Maybe their offense doesn't show up every single game, or defense every single game, but man, if both of them are clicking, they are, I think, one of the teams you don't want to see in the playoffs, especially if they can get a home field advantage. Good luck going in Seattle. Maybe a couple of years ago, they didn't really care about their team. They're loud now. They're loud and proud. They're my number 3. They have some tough matchups going, but honestly, whoever wins this NFC West is outstanding. Besides the 49ers, if the 49ers win the NFC West, they may be all the way down to their coaches being injured after a game. But the Seahawks are my number 3. All right, my number 2 on the power rankings is the Rams. I mean, I didn't think Stafford would play this well. As old as he is, it looked like he may not even play. He was pretty beat up going in, and he wasn't even throwing footballs before some of these games. And now he looks outstanding. And only games they have lost are a game against the 49ers. Weird. I mean, those Thursday night games are always weird. And then the Eagles, and I mean, blocked kick return for a touchdown. I mean, they had them reeling in Philadelphia. They have Puka Nacua back. I think he left the last game to an injury. If they can win out as well, along with the Seahawks, I think honestly whoever wins the West, the Seahawks or Rams, the 49ers could win, but they're really beat up, and they just keep on losing people. So the Rams are my number 2. And my number 1 on the power rankings is the Colts. Honestly, I think they are the best team in the NFL. They have just been torturing teams. They don't have a great defense, but that doesn't matter when Jonathan Taylor is in your backfield, and I think he has already 14 touchdowns on the season. They beat the Broncos, who had really good defense on them, and just time and time again, Daniel Jones would just fire a bullet right where the defender would have perfect defense on it, and it didn't matter because the ball just went exactly pinpoint where it needed to go. Colts game, they lost. They only have 2 losses. Colts game, weird, penalty and then dropping the ball before crossing for the touchdown, and they lost by 7. And then the Steelers, literally their worst game, and they only lost by 7. Granted, Steelers probably took it off a little bit, but I mean, you had a punt dropped, or I believe a kickoff, and then several just really weird turnovers. Great game by Steelers, not trying to take anything away, but I mean, you don't believe the Colts will have as bad of a game as they did against the Steelers. I think the Steelers also just played a completely different game than they have been all season long, and that caught the Colts off guard. Obviously, a good team, you can't let that be happening, but considering they're tied for first seed, really do have it. There's some weird tiebreakers. Still, they're my best team. Steelers shut down Jonathan Taylor and got a lot of turnovers, and still, I mean, had to claw out the win still. So they're my number 1 and best team in the NFL right now.